Hi guys. A lot of modern batteries are sealed, so you don't have access to the cells in order to check the condition of the electrolyte or top them up. Okay, you'll still find some batteries with the cell caps. So we have one here. So we have 6 cell caps, so each cell can be checked. So when removing the cell caps, just be careful again, because again, acid could spill or acid could splash. So wear your gloves, wear your safety gear, and especially safety glasses or goggles, okay? So inside, you can check the level of the acid. Now, if we are topping up the electrolyte, don't use tap water, okay? So what you should be using is distilled or deionized water, okay? So that doesn't contain any impurities which can cause issues, okay? Such as lime scale and stuff like that, okay? Now, if you have access to the cell caps, you can do another test, okay? You can actually test the state of charge of the battery by testing the strength of the electrolyte, okay? So what we use is we can use a hydrometer like this. This is one type, okay? Here's another type here as well, similar to what you would have for testing the strength of antifreeze in a cooling system. Now this is a bit of an outdated test. Again, it's not something I would use anymore. I would be using the electronic battery tester, okay, the conductance tester. All right. So again, what this is doing is testing the condition of the electrolyte. When a battery is fully charged, the electrolyte strength, the strength of acid in the electrolyte is at its strongest, okay? So what these testers are doing is checking the specific gravity or relative density of the liquid. Water has a specific gravity of 1, okay, all right? Whereas electrolyte in a fully charged battery, one second, will have a strength of 1.26. So that would be a maximum specific gravity, 1.26. Okay, so we'll do this test now on one of our batteries here. Now, so we'll just make sure this is flushed out just by using clean water. I'll suck in water into the hydrometer and make sure it's good and clean. Okay, all right. So the hydrometer itself has a weight on the inside. And I'm not sure if you can see that there now. Probably not able to read the figures, but you can see that there's a red area to show that the battery will be discharged. There's a white area to show, okay, it's half charged, and a green area to show that it's in a good state of charge, okay? So I'm just going to take in a gulp of water first. Okay. And with water in there, you can see that the weight is completely at the bottom, okay? So it's not floating at all there, or the float is at the bottom, it's not floating at all there inside in the water, okay? So what you're looking at then is you're looking to see where the scale is in relation to the top of the liquid. So because it's sunk down to the very bottom, we're deep in the red, okay? So if that was a battery, it would be severely discharged, okay? So we'll just take out all the water out of this, and we go to our battery, and we're going to take in as much electrolyte as we can. Now there has to be a good amount of electrolyte, so the battery needs to have been topped up in order for this to work. Okay, so we take in a full gulp of acid into this and see if it works. Okay, and as we can see, it's floating, okay? Now I don't know if you can make this out here. So what we're reading is just in the top of the green, which is 1.26. So that one there, that cell has a good state of charge, okay? All right. Now that's only one cell. So you would have to go ahead then and test all the remaining cells. Now I'm just going to return this acid back into the cell that it came out of. And I'm just going to clean the hydrometer by taking in a full gulp of water. and returning it back in there again. Okay, and here we have the other one. Now with this one, it looks like there's two floats inside in this, but there isn't. There's just one here at the bottom. The top one basically shows you an angle, okay? So you have a target there at the top of that. You have to make sure that that arrow is pointing directly to the middle of the target when you're taking your reading from the scale, okay? So what we're looking for there, if the cell is in good condition, for the float to indicate maybe there just at the start of the blue would be around 1.26. Okay, so let's see how we get on. So we'll suck in acid into this. And again, don't know if we have enough in that for it to work. Let's return the acid back in again. And I'll try again a second time. Okay, seems to be working this time. I center the target and we take a reading. So that's reading, it's actually pointing to about just shy of 1.27. So again, we're down nearly at 1.26, which is ideal. That shows that that cell has a good state of charge. So again, return the acid carefully to the cell. So really anything between 1.26, 1.28 would be a good indication that the battery has a good state of charge. Just again, it's difficult to do this with one hand. We'll try it. And again, I'll rinse out my hydrometer and just flush it out a couple of times to ensure that it's good and clean. And technically that should be done before you go ahead and test each cell. So each cell should be tested and you should record your results. Okay?